Verse 183. O you who have believed, decreed upon you is fasting as it was decreed upon those before you that you may become righteous. 1. Fasting as a universal act of worship. Fasting was prescribed for previous nations as well, emphasizing its universality as a spiritual practice to develop taqwa, God consciousness. Fasting trains the soul to resist desires, fostering self-discipline and awareness of Allah. 2. Purpose of fasting, taqwa. The ultimate goal of fasting is to achieve taqwa, a state of heightened piety and closeness to Allah. By refraining from lawful desires, for example, food, drink, fasting reminds believers to also avoid sinful actions. 3. Connection to the Ahlul Bayt. The Ahlul Bayt are presented as models of taqwa. Their acts of charity, worship, and self-restraint serve as examples for believers during Ramadan and beyond. Verse 184. A limited number of days. So whoever among you is ill or on a journey, then an equal number of days. And upon those who are able, a ransom of feeding a poor person. And whoever volunteers excess, it is better for him. But to fast is best for you, if you only knew. 1. Flexibility in fasting. Fasting is required for a specific time, Ramadan, but exemptions are made for illness or travel, reflecting Allah's mercy. Missed fasts must be made up later, preserving the obligation while considering individual circumstances. 2. Ransom for non-fasting. Those unable to fast due to permanent hardship, such as chronic illness, are required to offer fidya, ransom, by feeding a poor person. This is a way to maintain the spirit of charity and devotion associated with fasting. 3. Encouragement for extra acts. Voluntary charity beyond the required fidya is praised, reflecting the Islamic emphasis on generosity. 4. Fasting as the best option. When possible, fasting is always preferred because it strengthens spiritual discipline and builds taqwa. Verse 185. The month of Ramadan in which was revealed the Quran, a guidance for the people and clear proofs of guidance and criterion. So whoever cites the month, let him fast it, and whoever is ill or on a journey, then an equal number of other days. Allah intends for you ease and does not intend for you hardship and for you to complete the period and to glorify Allah for that which He has guided you. And perhaps you will be grateful. 1. The month of the Quran. Ramadan is honored as the month in which the Quran was revealed. This ayah highlights the connection between Ramadan and Laylat al-Qadr, the night of decree, when the Quran's revelation began. 2. Obligation to fast. Fasting during Ramadan is obligatory unless there are valid exemptions, illness, or travel. The emphasis on ease reflects Allah's compassion, ensuring no undue hardship is placed on believers. 3. Spiritual objectives of fasting. Completing the fasts helps believers grow spiritually, glorify Allah, through increased worship and dhikr, and cultivate gratitude. Gratitude involves recognizing Allah's guidance and using Ramadan as a time for self-purification. Verse 186. And when my servants ask you concerning me, indeed I am near. I respond to the invocation of the supplicant when he calls upon me. So let them respond to me and believe in me that they may be guided. 1. Allah's nearness. This verse emphasizes Allah's closeness and willingness to respond to sincere supplications. This verse is connected to the heightened spirituality of Ramadan, a time when du'as, supplications, are especially accepted. 2. The role of obedience. While Allah answers prayers, believers are reminded to respond to Him by obeying His commands and maintaining faith. 3. Dua in Ramadan. Special supplications, such as Dua al-Iftitah and Dua al-Jawshan al-Kabir, are emphasized during Ramadan, reflecting the deep connection between fasting and dua. Verse 187. It has been made permissible for you the night preceding fasting to go to your wives. They are clothing for you, and you are clothing for them. Allah knows that you used to deceive yourselves, so He accepted your repentance and forgave you. So now, have relations with them and seek that which Allah has decreed for you. And eat and drink until the white thread of dawn becomes distinct to you from the black thread. Then complete the fast until the sunset. And do not have relations with them as long as you are staying for worship in the mosques. These are the limits Allah, so do not approach them. Thus does Allah make clear His ordinances to the people that they may become righteous. 1. Permission for marital relations. Marital intimacy during the nights of Ramadan is made permissible, reflecting Allah's understanding of human needs. The description of spouses as clothing highlights the mutual comfort, protection, and support they provide. 2. Fasting hours. The fasting period is clarified, from the break of dawn to sunset. 3. Prohibition during itikaf. Sexual relations are prohibited during itikaf, retreat in the mosque, emphasizing the focus on worship and detachment from worldly matters. Itikaf is viewed as a time for spiritual renewal, with the Ahl Bayt serving as exemplars of devotion. 4. Allah's forgiveness. The verse acknowledges human shortcomings and Allah's willingness to forgive, encouraging repentance and adherence to divine limits. Key themes. 1. Fasting as spiritual training. Ramadan is a time for believers to purify their hearts, strengthen their connection to Allah, and develop taqwa. The Ahl Bayt are highlighted as role models in devotion, generosity, and worship during this holy month. 2. Balance between obligation and ease. Islam accommodates human limitations, ensuring that obligations like fasting do not cause undue hardship. Flexibility in exemptions and compensations, fidya, reflects Allah's mercy. 3. The power of dua. Supplication is emphasized as a means of drawing closer to Allah, particularly during Ramadan. The concept of Allah's nearness inspires hope and strengthens faith. 4. Clarity and discipline. The verses outline clear guidelines for fasting, ensuring discipline while addressing human needs. Adherence to these guidelines fosters spiritual growth and societal harmony.